Good afternoon or evening. This is my presentation, and I've chosen to do three different advertisements. So the three advertisements I've chosen to focus on is the Dolce & Gabbana ad, and also the Linux deodorant ad.
Never miss an opportunity with new Linked Bullet. Pocket pulling power.
And then the Lava Coffee Company ad. Okay, the Linux deodorant ad, before I go into it, it's basically I've chose there's a lot of that. It's like a series of ads, and they all kind of intersect because they focus on the same thing. Not like, I don't mean like that product. They focus on like the same idea, and the Lava Company is also the same concept. So before I go into the three ads and so okay, I'm focusing on the technical part of the ad because basically my subject I'm talking about is female exploitation through advertising. But if you see the pictures, they kind of speak for themselves. But I'm going to be focusing on like the technical part. So like I'm going to be decoding the ads basically. Okay, so women are mainly shown in advertisements as housewives or used as sex objects, and I believe advertisers use and exploit the female sexuality to sell products or even sometimes service. I also believe the media contributes to the rise of violence against women. My presentation, like I was saying before, we look at three advertisements that degrade women to sell their products. And all these ads got worldwide attention, but negatively. And so this presentation basically confront the negative aspects of the new media and on women, and how they're only seen through like one theme, which is their sexuality. Okay, so two of my advertisements both have repetitive stereotypes of female roles, so like such as the motherly role, the secretary, or like the cook of the house and the clean. In the Karl Marx reading, he talks about the fetishism of commodity, and I believe in my three ads I've chosen that fetishism of commodity is evident. Okay, so now I'm gonna decode the ad. So the first ad I'm gonna decode is the Dolce & Gabbana ad. So the first thing you get from this ad right away is the ad reinforces the social roles that men and women are supposed to play. The men are the dominant in society, and the women are passive, and they're just always just there in the background. There are many signifiers and signifats in this ad, and this is a great example of like the feminine and masculine in our society. So like the roles, like I was saying, the roles that females play and male play, that they're supposed to play. Okay, so we also have to know and realize that out of all the 5 men, none of the male was trying to help the female. The three main dominant signs I believe were the cultural common beliefs, like I was saying. So like the different roles females and males have in our society. The female always has to be the desire of the male, and the common understanding that is the male and female. So like heterosexuality instead of the homosexuality. Okay, so we can also talk about like the color in this ad. So okay, before I talk about color and like go into details more, the advertisement has 5 white male, and so I'm going to talk about the positioning now. So the advertisement has 5 white male who surround a slim female, dark hair, and her eyes are gently closed. She's shown as vulnerable and weak, and the men are above her. So she's shown as passive, which is how women are supposed to be in society. So the water, like there's a blue water, like the whole beam is like a water like bluish look, the cloudy thing. So I believe the water and the color represent the depth and stability of the Dolce & Gabbana brand. The repeat of color and mixing to strategy shows how powerful the D&G ad is. The G&G clothing is. The replacement of the ad, I believe, is female because she's the center of attention and she's of course, she's the male gaze. There's also a lot of airbrushing used in the ad, in like the male's abs and the female's legs. The bold red lipstick the female is wearing symbolizes passion, desire, and love, but this is not showing her characteristics. This is like, I think it's a metaphor for showing how what the characteristics that the Dolce & Gabbana ad possess. I also saw the red lipstick thing as a danger thing though, because like red is like a warning sign, like, oh my god, stop. So like the man like overpowering her, I think represents that. Okay, so another signified in this advertising is the sophistication and elegance that the Dolce & Gabbana creates. So like basically the advertising saying by you wearing the Dolce & Gabbana clothing or anything from Dolce & Gabbana like line, you will like basically have all these characteristics that the advertising is possessing. The sign of the female's position is like slanted, so like she's trying to escape, which is odd because she doesn't. The water, like I was saying before, I'm gonna go deep again about the water. The water symbolizes like this purity, this whole kind of subtle look, and like you get that natural look, which is another characteristic that the D&G ad possessed, that the advertisement is trying to show. Okay, so I believe this ad is not selling like a product, it's actually selling a lifestyle. And before I get into the second ad, the D&G advertisement reinforces that men are aggressive and that women are passive. The woman's dark hair also signifies like sexuality. And the lighting, like I was talking about before, the lighting's high and the fluffy clouds in the background show like this whole subtle, innocent, natural look to the D&G brand. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about my second advertisement, and it's the Linux deodorant brand. It has a lot of commercials, but it also has advertisements too. So the advertisement is showing that a man fragrance, but it's showing that the fragrance would attract men to get more women. So if a woman smells the perfume, she like gets like over in love with the guy, even though if the guy's not good looking, but the perfume like overshadows everything. The caption in the video, it says, "Can she make in the ad is the caption is that, can she make you lose control?" The background of the deodorant and the woman's lingerie both so it's like connecting the product and the concept. So the color of the ad so it's like a square. So the woman's here and the man's here. I mean, the deodorant, the spray is on the other side, and basically it talks about it just represents like how the woman like and the product coincide. So the product being the fragrance and the concept being the man, who will get the more women by consuming the product. So one of the Linux commercial also has a slogan which I like to talk about. It says, "Never miss an opportunity." Okay, so basically it's talking about how by you wearing the spray, every woman that walks by will automatically like be in love with you. Okay, so all the commercials in an advertisement use the same theme and focus on female sexuality for the male gaze. I believe the Linux bottle is a powerful signifier of the brand, and it's sleek and black. The brand wants to represent the modern day male, so how boys are supposed to be. So the brand is selling more than just a deodorant, it's selling a lifestyle. The advertisement and commercial campaign suggest that women are powerless against a strong scent of aroma. The consumer in this case is show how repetitive images of women in a bra and underwear, and it's always the case in most of the Linux ads. there's clearly a power, a male power here in the dominance in society, and the story of the product, and it's also split image, like as I was saying in the beginning, the split image. So the connotation of the ad will be the consumer questions, what does a female have to do with a male fragrance? And a denotation will be the view that in the Linux ad, female sexuality is far too common. The Linux ad also use a convey language, like I was saying, like can she make you lose control? So like they use that language, they use that sexuality language to convey their message. And one can also look at the Linux deodorant as a form of magic in the commercial, because like the guy was walking, and as soon as like a woman sees him, they go like crazy. And there's not a lot of writing, but the color stands out, so the illusion of this fantasy and dream, and like basically things that will never happen in reality. When you're walking and you see a guy, like you're not gonna get like naked, but in the ad it just possesses that. So it's basically showing how powerful the Linux ad is. Okay, so those were my 2 ads. Unfortunately, I've run out of time, so I can't talk about the coffee ad, but I would like to summarize it. So to get a recap, the theme of all my ads were like the degradation of women and female exploitation, and also using women as sexual objects to sell a certain product, or even at times setting like rules of what a woman is supposed to be. I believe in this day and age, in order for an advertisement to do well, it must expose several gender roles and stereotypes society wants a woman to be, the ideal woman, the ideal male. And so basically that's my presentation. Thank you. Bye.